teacher or a police officer like my husband.
Yeah,
They don't
I know.
get
Yeah, but they have
So did
pretty
that,
good
did your
retirement.
Medicare go up?
Yeah, and they catch bullets, you're right. They
Yeah,
have-
well, okay, I was quite a raise, but thank you so
And
much,
if you
I
still have a
appreciate
hard
that.
time with that, I'm sure he'll talk to you again.
I understand it now, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Terry, and I know, Doug, you had another question, and then we want to go back to Norman in a bit, but if anybody else has a question, I want to try and get to others. And the gentleman next to you has already raised his hand. Did you want to go after Doug here?
Well, I had a question on what you said.
It's a simple, wait a second, yes or no? You want to go
Yes.
after Doug? Okay, there we go. So your name?
Bill, it's also Bill.
Bill. All right. Out of Bill's, okay. Doug?
Yeah, real briefly, a year and a half ago, I was attacked at Aliante. And a guy came up behind me, picked me up, body slammed me, broke 4 ribs, punctured my lungs. I was at Centennial Hills for almost 2 weeks in intensive care with a tube in my chest. Okay? They caught him, it was on surveillance. The North Las Vegas police arrested him. The DAs had all the information. The guy got an attorney. They delayed it for a year and a half. And it goes on to benefits and so forth. But once again, they released the guy. He got 6 weeks probation. And basically, Craig Hendricks, who's the assistant DA that works for Steve Wolfson, said there was probably a payoff, or it was probably he didn't want to get involved with it, and that happens all the time at the district attorney's office in Clark County.
But you do have a
Okay,
question.
and the reason why I bring that up, the question is it pertains to health and the well-being of taxpayers, not tax beneficiaries that work for the taxpayer. But who would be somebody that I would talk to when it's so blatantly corrupt in one area? And by the way, I was given numbers by the DA's department. One of the secretaries had me call 3 state agencies because I couldn't even walk or go to the grocery store for about 3 months. And I put in probably, and I'll give you the agency's name, I called the state agencies and left messages on your recorder probably 25 times, never heard back from any state agency.
I couldn't tell you.
No, I know you,
But
I'm
if you
not,
call us,
I'm
Monday
not,
through
I'm not,
Friday,
I'm not
8 to
asking,
5.
I'm not asking you to tell me.
We're
I'm
gonna
just
call.
sti- I'm-
We're gonna call you
Okay,
back.
yep,
Or
state
answer
employees
the
are
phone.
wonderful, you're correct.
And
But-
if you still have a bill with Centennial Hills Hospital, by the way, give us a call, because I also supervise the Bureau for Hospital Patients.
Okay, well, yeah, they tried to overcharge me about 40 grand
We
when
can
they
audit the
couldn't
bill.
find my Blue Cross shield. And I self-insure, I have my own companies and sold it. So I pay my own bills, I don't rely a lot on state or federal or anything.
No, we'll work
But the one
directly
thing
with
about it, the
hospital.
question is, where does one of these people, and anybody could have been attacked, just like I was, from behind, who do they talk to when there's corruption in Clark County and the district attorneys, and when there's basically, the state agencies won't call you back, and you're virtually helpless, and nobody really cares in here?
Well, let me
Okay.
say that. My office is there, I work for you. So if you have a question, I have a great staff out there, ask them the question. We'll work the best we can.
You know what?
If we can't come up with the answer, we'll try to get you going in the right
Do
direction.
you know what? That's why I voted for you. And basically, I work for a US Senator in DC. So I'm familiar how everything works. And the state agencies, I've raised more money for politicians and different things in Idaho where it came from. But these people right here deserve some avenue. And thank you for saying it. That was exactly the right answer. I mean, that really was. People here have to have an avenue. I was so helpless, I couldn't breathe, sit up, or walk for 3 weeks. Took a cab to my house, couldn't even get groceries. I tried to find out what was happening with the district attorney, and one of the ladies that answered the phone said, "I don't appreciate you calling on a Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock. I've got an early lunch."
Let me make one comment.
Okay?
Last year, my staff solved in my district, in this district that you live in, over 400 cases. May not sound like a lot, that's a lot of work.
That's a lot, sure.
Solved over 400 cases, and 50% of them, almost 200, were veterans issues, benefits or other issues. So let us have a chance at it. You know, sometimes we miss some, sometimes we get through it.
No, thank you very much, but everybody here needed an avenue, and first of all, let me say, thank you very much for putting this together. Because the prior congressman, all I heard is how he wanted to take more vacations to the Caribbean paid for. I'm just saying that it's nice to have somebody outwardly responsive and reach out to the people that,
You know, from my avenue, you know, I can come and have a town hall, but if I don't have any expertise, and like I said, I can tell you, I know what I know, and what I don't know is what I know also. That I know that I don't know it. So that's why these folks have volunteered to be here, and have 2 veterans conferences like this on issues.
Okay.
They work very good. We're gonna continue to hold these type of venues, because I think these work better for the citizens to be able to get your answer right now the best you can. And these folks are all willing, all the state entities, all the federal agencies are willing to come. And so, like I said, when we had last time, the director over the VA hospital and people from up north actually here to support this issue, this is the way to go about it. We're going to continue to do this. I can come in here and stand on a podium and talk campaign stuff. That doesn't solve anybody's problem. So.
no, but protecting everybody's rights when there's corruption to where if somebody gets harmed in this room, unless they, as I was told, unless you donate to the Democratic Party or to Wolfson, you don't really get a lot of attention in Clark County.
Well, and I want to just make one quick statement on that. I'm Crescent Party. I've lived here my whole life. I care about this state. I care about the people in this state. I'm a Republican, folks. And that's offensive, I'm sorry. But Republicans elected me. But at the end of the day, when you're elected, it's my responsibility to represent 100% of the people in my district. Democrat, Republican, Libertarian.
That's correct. You're correct.
I have Democrats in my office, by the way.
So I'll contact Ross.
And if I could, I want to go to the next question, but you've asked us a question that pertains to state, and I'll say this, and I know that's, you know, Congressman Hardy just gave you a great answer, you know, talking about what he believes his role is as a representative. Somebody asked me where the state senator is who represents this area. She's not here tonight because, you know, I'm not sure if she got an invitation to be here tonight, but I'll say this. When people call my office with a state concern like you have, when they call my office, they get this, which is my office. That's all we have. I have a day job.
Understand.
But when you call me,
Same
I get the answers. And I'll say this, if you call Senator Spearman, most likely she will also work to get those answers, because that's what we do. You know, we try to help out our constituents because you have problems, you have needs, and when we can find that, you know, we will do that. We'll take care of that, regardless of the Democrat or Republican. Now, you're going to find some people, some representatives who don't do that, and I'm not sure who they are. You probably do, and I'm not sure what party they represent, but it's that person. It's not the office, not necessarily the party. It's the person that has failed you. Remember that, because most of the time I've seen a lot of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle. They care. They want to help you find the answers to your questions, and we may not always have that. We rely on what we call our Legislative Counsel Bureau. We have a constituent services system up there. We will give them the question, they will research it, they will notify us, they'll notify you. I've had really great results with that system. Sometimes they call you directly and say, this is the answer to your question. Senator Hammond has called me up and told me this was your problem. They get a hold of other agencies like Ms. Wiggins represents, and they give great answers, and then they get back to you, and then they also will respond to me to let me know that they talked to Doug. This is what we told Doug, and if you would like to follow up with him, you can go ahead and do that. So I've done that several times. Other colleagues of mine have done that several times. We are a resource. We are a resource. So use us as well as you have Congressman Hardy's office as well. That's all I'll say on that as well.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have Bill, and then I'm going to go back to Norman because he's been very patient. And then what was your name, sir?
Sam.
Sam. And I'll get you in a minute, Ann. Okay, so go ahead, Bill.
I have a question on the word benefits.
as long as it's not
My-
a question on the word it. We're not gonna go there.
Does that mean they have to receive Social Security? And like my wife, she paid her own Medicare. She received the Medicare benefit, but she did not take Social Security till this year. Does that mean now she has to pay the higher?
One more time, sir, so I understand.
Well, she applied for